Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I am your, honestly, never humble host, Eric Sizemore, joined by my beautiful co-host, Brane Damage. Woohoo! Awesome. And we're going to have some funny memes for you. But first, a trademark, patented, copyrighted, essential part of every single episode of Facebook for the Blind. You know it. You'll love it. You know what I'm talking about. It's the depressing news. That's right. We are number one. Hey, did you know that Tucker Carlson credits demons for the invention of nuclear technology? That's right. This guy who was once the biggest draw on Fox News is now telling people that he doesn't understand how nuclear technology came to be, so it's clearly demons. This is just a couple weeks after he claimed that a demon attack left him bleeding in bed. I know that this one was on Steve Bannon's podcast. You're like, wow, how did I miss that? Because nobody listens to Steve Bannon's podcast. Also, this one from a couple weeks ago, he was on, I don't even know what this show is, but he's telling this guy, you know, that he's been attacked by a demon. He's like, in a spiritual attack by a demon? He goes, yeah, by a demon. Look at his dumb face. Look at his dumb face. It's like less puzzled than his usual dumb face. Anyway, it's absolutely amazing that this Swanson hungry man, heir, trustafarian, has now found demons because he's so desperate for attention. He's so desperate for attention. Speaking of bad attention, that Trump rally comedian, what's our buddy's name again? I can't remember because he's just being railed. Tony Hinchcliffe. Tony Hinchcliffe. He apparently workshopped that racist Puerto Rico line at a New York comedy club the night before, and according to people that were there, didn't get a laugh there either. He said, well, that'll probably go over a lot better tomorrow night. And he was wrong. Just a terrible person all around. And I think somebody said it, that, there's just... why? Okay, moving on. You know, voters could make recreational weed legal in the majority of U.S. states. It's already covering the vast majority of America's population. But now they're talking about, 88% of Americans believe it should be legal. But now you might be able to buy some legal weed in Florida, North Dakota. How fun would that make North Dakota? South Dakota. Anyway, so it's going to be a full sweep. We'll find out tomorrow. Israel strikes a historic Lebanese city of Baalbek after ordering evacuation. And guys, I got to tell you this. I love Baalbek. I really want to visit Baalbek. I think Baalbek is a beautiful city, and I'm really pissed that this crap just keeps going on. Since Titi's not here, I get to say it. So Baalbek is a key population center in the Bekaa Valley near the border of Syria. It's a largely rural area in one of Lebanon's poorest regions, but it has some of the most amazing archaeology ever, and I want to go see it, and I'm worried that the Israelis are going to blow it up along with a bunch of kids. Let's check in on the elections. Here's what we know so far. Nothing. So, suck it up. We're almost there. Hey, Mount Fuji experienced its first snowless October in 130 years. Look at how weird that looks. You know, you remember Fujifilm? I don't know if you guys remember film, but it used to come in this box with this green mountain, but it had white on top of it. And it just looks wrong. Just looks wrong to me. Checking in on the most backward state in America, Indiana. Oh, looks like they are projecting Donald Trump to win Indiana. No shock there, really. Indiana is a weird place. Here's what I wanted to say about Tony Hinchcliffe. At Lowercase Danger reposted, we have multiple ecosystems full of funnier performers who are better in one night than the entire careers of these right-wing, unsafe space edge dorks who get pushed to the top of the culture by billionaire funding machines. It's a lavish buttering that simply does not exist for truly great comedy. And that's for sure, Brane. You know, we've seen some stuff in the clubs. It's like amazing. And you're like, how is this guy getting all this money? Oh, speaking of people who are figuring it out, Geraldo Rivera posted in Seriously, North Dakota. He has endorsed Kamala Harris, and he says he's so disappointed in his own blindness, because when push came to shove, he was revealed to be exactly the person that his critics were saying that he was. So it's hilarious to me that it took him inviting a comedian slamming on all of Puerto Rico for Geraldo to wake up. Just wow. But he lost Geraldo, so that's kind of funny. The House Republicans are accusing the White House of releasing a false transcript of Biden's garbage statement. He slipped and said, if you're voting for Trump, you might be garbage. And the next day, Trump decides to cosplay as a garbage man. His people are dressing up in garbage bags. And I'm not just talking about the stupid ones. Look at Megyn Kelly here. Megyn Kelly makes millions of dollars and dressed herself up for Halloween in a trash bag with a MAGA hat. Is there anything funny you can even say about this? This is just... Can you parody reality when you get to that point? I don't even... What do you do? So, have I not been sharing this whole time?
No, you're sharing.
Okay, yeah, I'm sharing. Good. All right, great. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop this share if I can figure out how to... I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop. Oh, much like this show. I don't know how to quit. I'm going to stop because we're going to throw it to our reporter on the ground. We got Sammy B in Arizona. What is happening in your crazy state?
Thank you, Eric. This is Sammy reporting from Maricopa County, Arizona, the one and only, the most talked about. Just stepped inside. I was looking outside where there's a kerfuffle a bit happening outside City Hall.
No way.
No, it's not weird at all. Looks like there's a Carrie Lake candidate for Arizona senator who's completely against right to abortion, even for incest. She looks like she's talking with some of the constituents out there. Well, oh no, it looks like she started her garage sale a day early of all those office supplies.
Oh, sweet. She got an office. I need an office chair. She got a slick one there? I bet she does.
Probably just like, who was it? Alex Jones sold his desk. Do you remember that?
No, that sounds pretty good. That's fantastic.
Well, no, there were some other comedian, like John Oliver, I think, was like, I want to buy his desk. Anyways, other news, the world is ending. So back to you, Eric.
Nice. Thanks for dialing it in from Arizona, a crazy state. But remember, it's a dry crazy.
Yes, it is.
All right, we always like to end the depressing news with a heartwarming animal story. And no, it wasn't Megyn Kelly in a trash bag. I know. That's what you thought. But no, the big, huge, heartwarming animal story this week was very sad. Republicans discovered that they had a heart. They all fell in love with Peanut the squirrel. Peanut the squirrel, a domesticated squirrel, was raised in an apartment there in New York City. And when people got wind of it, apparently animal control came and they seized the squirrel. Which resulted in all kinds of crazy right-wing punditry and pearl clutching and outrage. And I think one of the funniest things was Mike Collins said, this thing's gotten so bad they're killing the pets, they're killing the squirrels, they're killing the raccoons. Democrats in New York City went in and raided a home to kill a squirrel. Marjorie Taylor Greene said, they did, to kill a squirrel. And I just want to say, that is not a winning pitch here in Illinois, Marge. we got so many squirrels, it's absolutely insane, and you could kill a lot of gray squirrels before I would have any sympathy at all. Normally I'm on the animal side in these stories, but this time you picked the wrong species, Marge. And that was our heartwarming animal story, wrapping up the news for November 5th, 2024, election night. Handed it off to my beautiful co-host Brane for a nice, I don't know, what do you say, like a medium-sized round?
Round one. I don't care what size the round one is, Eric. Fuck you for calling me beautiful. Don't do that. All right. Let's
I'm
go
sorry.
with tacos. And here we have a cartoon picture of a taco. And it says, I'm proud to be a tacotarian.
Ah,
That's about where my politics lies. Yeah.
nice. God bless
And
you.
here we've got dad jokes.
Uh-oh.
At dad say jokes. And he says, a dragon would never explode, but a dino might.
Hey.
Oh.
Dino! Looks like Yael at LE91 says, food trucks, but instead of food, it's therapy, and they're called automobiles.
Nice.
I'm into it. Here we've got, looks like this one says, Davarnad. I can't tell. Exacto 88. We're gonna go with Exacto 88.
Perfect.
We have a cartoon of some Halloween trick-or-treaters. One has a sheet. He's dressed as a ghost. And he's telling his friend who is dressed as a fire hydrant. And it looks like there's a dog walking away with some liquid yellow underneath the fire hydrant. And the ghost is telling the fire hydrant, dude, I told you. Yeah, that dog definitely R. Kelly, that kid's costume.
Oh.
Right here we've got Mark Parisi off the mark.com has a cartoon, and we've got Beaker, the Roadrunner, R2D2, and a garbage truck backing up, and there's just beep beep meep meep beep beep meep meep beep 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 meep meep everywhere. And it says tragically no one could hear the truck backing up.
Oh.
Looks like they're all gonna become beep beep squish meat.
Nice.
Except R2, I guess he's gonna be beep beep squish wires. All right.
Mhm.
Oh, look, some beautiful lady named Diane Lopez posted LOL. People are stupid. It says, if people want to know why Generation X is always mad, it's because we had to replace our record collections with a tape collection. And then replace that with a CD collection. And then we slowly replaced with an MP3 collection. And now we need a subscription to listen to music. So some bullshit.
Not me. I still pirate MP3s. Yeah.
All right, Napster. Here we have
LimeWire.
Mexicans Be Like, and we've got a big old Halloween bucket, and it is full of soup, and it says one slurp of menudo per trick-or-treater.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Sounds good in theory, buddy. Dad Jokes Genius posted a picture of some animal crackers, and it says, I returned my box of animal crackers. The seal was broken. And if we look, the seal cracker is broken in half.
That's punny.
Here we've got comedian Jacob Sider posts a cartoon picture of some old people walking into a restaurant. The old man tells the restaurant concierge, do we look like we made our reservation online? And he says, and no, I will not be zapping your menu into my phone. Bring me a hard copy, youngster. That one I do not agree with, because my visually impaired ass, I need the zoom. Sometimes I'm so stupid, I'm fucking with the menu, and I'm trying to zoom in on this fucking, this piece of paper that has been laminated into a gigantic menu, and I'm trying to zoom in. That's not how it works, sir. Here we have the old meme of the two ladies arguing with the cat eating dinner, and she says, Trump was sent by God. And the cat says, nail him to the cross and wait 3 days. Okay, that's not very nice. That's not very nice. We're going to move on. Here we have a picture of a whole bunch of people just wearing some Ugg boots. And it says, we're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those Uggs. It's the Uggish bomb. Okay. Gene McKinley posted, my Roomba just beat me to a Cheeto that I dropped on the floor. This is how the war against machines begins. My sister from another Mr. Claudia Rodriguez posted, I'm not right in the head, and it says, anyone want to meet up and just scream? We could get food after.
Hell yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a lot of people's sentiment tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oops, one too many. Oh nope. All right, and this one I think is my last one for this round. I think this guy is a 3-time winner of my fantasy league, the Brains Blitzkrieg, and Isan Omai Looper, who is a community worker in the San Francisco Bay Area, posted, while y'all are worried about who will lead the free world or your state or city, I'm concerned with who is making trades at the NFL trade deadline today. Hashtag priorities matter, and it looks like only me and one other person feels that. But fuck the election. I was only worried about the trade deadline all morning today at work. Passing it off to you, Eric.
Hilarious. I'm certain we have more sports fans who would laugh at your jokes, which reminds me, it's a good time to mention that you could turn on your microphones and we can hear you laugh. We really appreciate that. If not, don't worry about it. We understand. But we do love it, and it helps us to do a better show. So, all right, getting on into my ostensibly wholesome round one. I like this one from Barry_McCulkiner because it's similar to your Menudo post. This is just only one cheesy coney per child, and it's a bucket of cheesy coney dogs. And I'm just like, dude, I see nothing wrong with this. It seems perfectly cromulent. Moving on, friend of the show and attendee Craig Smith. Sorry you couldn't be here because he's got the plague. He posted this whole story, and I'm going to read it to you as fast as possible. When I was in middle school many years ago, we didn't have insulin pumps, and I had to use syringes and vials like everyone else. He has type 1 diabetes. School refused to let me carry the hypodermic with me, meaning I had to go to the nurse's office several times a day to inject. It's not just before lunch. Could be any number of times, depending on the current blood sugar levels. The district then cut the nurse staff to just spending half a day at 2 schools, and the nurse left before I had lunch. I asked the office staff to unlock the office so I could take my insulin and eat lunch. They refused. By middle school, I've been dealing with the T1 for about 5 years, and I didn't take shit on this topic. I went to the school lobby, picked up the payphone. I know, I just dated myself. Called 911, and I said, hi, I'm at school. I have type 1 diabetes, and the office won't unlock a door to let me take my insulin. They sent a fire truck. Bunch of firemen met me outside, walked me to the office, and asked, while ignoring the staff, which room was the nurse's office. I pointed to the door, and he was like, okay, boys, chop it down. Kid needs his insulin. A lot of the commenters, too, were just like, yeah, that's what they do. They save lives, and it usually involves an axe, and they're cool with that. Kicking off the wholesome round. I absolutely love Halloween. Still had so much Halloween stuff. Check out this freaking low-rent Mad Max. I mean, absolutely awesome DIY Mad Max biker costume, but on a 10-speed with a trailer and speaker guy in the back. Speakers. Mohawk boy in front with metal arrows and a quiver on his leg, all leather, red mohawk. I mean, quality. Oh, I know they didn't have the flamethrower, so they just had 2 tiki torches. That's good. That's. I think it's a GoPro. That is a GoPro on the back. Very nice. Anyway, I like these guys. I thought they did a bang-up job. In other great costumes here, we have a balding black man in glasses with a beard in a black turtleneck. He is holding up an iPod. And Lucky Turner says, thanks to 45 for helping spur the idea for my Halloween costume. Black Jobs. I thought that was clever as shit. I thought that was so good. Here we have a cartoon from the Far Side today, and it's a man who is. We got a woman looking skeptically at a man with a bulldozer in the living room who seems to be shoveling all the furniture into a pile, and he's got a little suitcase there called Little Wonder Domestic Tractors. Darren's heart quickened. Once inside the home, once the demonstration was in full swing, a sale was inevitable. Domestic tractors. I liked it. Friend of the show, Whore Magic, and if you're not following Whore Magic, you're missing out. Says, my crystals, and there's a big pile of crystals, said, my crystals said I need my ass ate. Mervin comments, would Would that crystal be asphalt? No. Friend of the show, Dan Hughes, has this image here of a bunch of crystals glued to a steering wheel. Says, I made my steering wheel full of cleansing energy, and now every time I drive, I vibe up, and my car gets a love charge as well. I'm doing my entire car interior with crystals. And it's captioned, congratulations, you just turned your airbag into a claymore.
Oh, God.
It's kind of fun. Here we have a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio just sticking his head out the window like a puppy, putting his face into the sunshine, hanging out the car window. And Midwest versus Everybody has posted this with Midwesterners driving with their windows down because can't waste an 80-degree day in October. Hell no, you can't. I've done this twice. I'm already doing it in November. I mean, the windows are open every day you can drive with the windows open at all in November. About halfway through, we have a crazy-looking Mark Zuckerberg on the 404 page. And here's a headline from Meta. Zuckerberg, the AI slop will continue until morale improves. So, Zuck's promising, I think we're going to add a whole new category of content, which is AI generated. So, guys, if you're worried about running out of quality content, guess what? Lots more AI-generated content. Got just a couple more. This is me. This is my wholesome round, so I'm going to do me. This is me on Halloween. I got to be John Wick, and I was pretty thrilled. I got recognized just enough times to make it worth it, and I was really satisfied. Until all my friends sent me this. Mark Zuckerberg went as a freaking John Wick. Come on, man. Who wore it better? Get real. I wore it way better. This schmuck. All right. The best and worst of Twitter, too, has this post from Quality the Light Bulb. Today, my dad got a call that no parent ever wants to get. He heard me tell him I was wrapped up in a crypto scheme involving Thai prostitutes, and I needed $30,000 to bail me out. Now, this time it was me. But soon, AI will be able to make this indistinguishable calls just like this. Scary. Here we have Memeology, friend of the show. If you're not following Memeology, you are missing out. It says, is there anything better than an ancient Greek hedgehog figurine? I think not. And that little Egyptologist said, not to counter, but rather than bring up in equal measure, I present ancient Egyptian hedgehog figure. And it's this gorgeous ceramic blue hedgehog with little dark blue nubs all over it. In Science and Fandom's comments, it's blue. Humanity really has spent thousands of years making the same goddamn shit, huh? Over and over with the blue hedgehogs. All right, and finally, someone called the Kentucky Derby Amish NASCAR. My day hasn't been the same. And that wraps up my ostensibly wholesome round. Round one for Facebook for the Blind. Handing it back to you, Brane, for the Interstitial round two.
Oh, great. Another word I have no fucking idea what it means. Let's figure out what the fuck interstitial means, if I even said that right. Some guy named Dave Gambrel, who I did not follow, but this was funny, because he posted a picture of some club sandwiches, and it said, if by clubbing you mean eating club sandwiches, then yes, I love clubbing.
Yeah. I like both kinds.
Here we've got, fuck, somebody. Oh, here we go. Joe Seanan. Joe Lennon?
Joe Lennon. Hey, Joe.
All right. Posted a picture of a cartoon that says, Bob, I guess that says wrong. Oh, yeah. Okay. Those are cursive S's. So Bob Ross, Joy of Painting Studios. And the secretary is looking at what looks to be a pregnant woman. And Bob Ross is looking out of his office. Looks like he's sweating a little bit. And it says, tell him it's about one of his happy accidents.
Oh.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I was Bob Ross for Halloween. And during our school's Halloween parade, I told one of my coworkers the same thing. I pointed out my paintbrush and I was like, oh, just like you all, a bunch of happy little accidents.
Oh, shit.
Couple of mad ones. I got one that fights every day. Oh, went the wrong way. See, that's how the damage works from time to time. Here we got somebody named Good Goth. And they posted a picture of some black corn, and it says goth corn, better known as corn on macabre.
Mhm.
It's macabre.
Nice. Macabre. Yep.
Displaced comedians posted Italian sushi is highly underrated, and it is somebody eating some pizza rolls with chopsticks. And I really wanted to put this one back since TD wasn't here, but
Yeah.
we love you anyways, TD. Some lady named Shelly Harris, I'm assuming she's a lady, well, some person,
Right.
posted a picture of here we have Jennifer Tilly holding up a book that says something dummies for something, one of those dummy books,
Something
and a
for dummies.
candle, and it says the space between Dolly Parton and Elvira is Jennifer Tilly.
Nice.
I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. This one is Cal Muddy Club, and it posted every woman is a doll. Now, whether it's a Barbie, Annabelle, or Voodoo is a roll of the dice. And here we got fucked around and found out. And it looks like you fucked something. It says, some are just uneducated in life when you notice. Don't laugh too hard. And we see there is a cook at his cooking station, and he has his gun on his belt. But why? Why is the belt tucked? The gun is... Yeah, that thing's gonna go. He's gonna Plaxico Burress himself. If you don't know who Plaxico Burress is, the guy got shot himself. He was an NFL wide receiver and shot himself with his own gun.
Oh.
And here we got, this looks like Bizarro. Is that Bizarro? I don't know. What does that say? Nope,
Could be
that's not
Bizarro. Oh, Rothko?
Dan
Dan
Piraro.
Piraro.
Dan Piraro. Okay, similar styles. Here we have a cartoon of a prison guard, and on a seat there is a parrot tied up, and the prison guard has behind his back a box of crackers, and he says, "We have a way of making you talk." It's a box of crackers, Eric.
I'm not related. No relation.
All right. Somebody posted, "Damn, you should think before you post." Me, oh, I do. I even laugh and kick my feet a little bit. And this one's going to finish it for me for this round. One of my brothers from another mother, Sean Stanley. We call him Homer. What's up, Homer? He posted, "I don't like to think before I speak. I like to be just as surprised as everyone else about what comes out of my mouth." Yep. That's how we're going to pass it to... Oh, I wish I could pass it to TD. Actually, I took out some ones that I want to pass to TD for next week.
I know, right? You save up the ones that trigger him because he's just such an easily triggered teddy bear.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, oh, I'm playing cover songs and they're not pissing anybody off. Aww.
Believe me, they were pissing me off.
Aw, thanks, man. I appreciate that. All right, getting into the round two, the irreverent round with friend of the show and founding zaddy, George Hussein Cruikshank.
Jesus.
He's posted from 404 File Not Found. We got an image of a couple guys out camping and one dude's peeing in the creek. It says shit posters making fake news for fun. Downstream is a guy drinking from that creek and it says boomers on Facebook. It's just like, my mind has been blown by how much shit posting there is. Like, just, I'm going to post something that's complete crap with a straight face and see what happens. And then boomers fall for it. And it's terribly amusing. It really actually is. The Alcoholic Academic, and if you're not following the Alcoholic Academic, you are missing out. It says, I like how in the actual Bible, Jesus was really hardcore communist. Just all free bread and like rich people are bad and won't go to heaven and we should physically assault bankers for charging interest. And instead we get motions broadly and vaguely at modern Christianity. This. Yeah, I really say I love that you guys laughed at that, but it's more fun when you're trying to trigger Michael. That's I'm doing it next week again. I don't care. Best and worst of Twitter too has this post from Bob Shipman. Holy fucking shit, this is real. I thought this was a joke, but it's real. This is a real movie about Jesus Christ training a guy to do MMA in ancient Jerusalem. holy what the fuck. And we see a bunch of muscly guys. It's a movie poster, and it's titled The Carpenter. Dude, it's horrible. I can't even do this anymore. Friend of the show, Royce Kitts, has posted in the First Kansas Anti-Fascist Brigade. If you've not signed up with the First Anti-Fascist Brigade, you're missing out. He's got Dan Sheehan here saying, baby boomers did that thing where you leave a single square of toilet paper on the roll and then pretend it's not your turn to change it, but with a whole society. My friend Tab said, oh shit. Here we have God and the devil having a couple of drinks at the bar, and a friend of the show, Stephen Abram, has his Sunday reflections here. God is saying, I have to admit it, Luke. Getting all those evangelicals to believe that a racist billionaire that makes fun of disabled folks and dead soldiers, has 5 kids with 3 wives, gropes women, incites violence, and lies all the time was sent by me? Now that's pretty darn impressive. And Satan is saying, oh God, stop it. You're making me blush. Hail Satan. Moving on, from friend of the show, Chandler Smith. He's got a little 4-panel here of Tug of War. And we have one of the guys who's labeled Jesus Teachings. He is sweating pulling at that rope in Tug of War. Jesus Teachings is joined by atheists, which is puzzling, but, you know, they're pulling, and then they look on the opposite side, and it's Christian nationalists and capitalism. Jesus Teachings is going, huh? Yeah, join with your atheist brothers, Jesus Teachings. This round is just not as fun without a Christian in the room to trigger. I gotta say, are there any Christians? Just wave a hand in the chat and pretend. Honestly, I need to pretend I can offend somebody here. This next one is from Duffy at Melissa the Duffy, and she says, I hate that teeth require so much specific care. The rest of my bones are so low maintenance. Ain't that the freaking truth? Here we have Phantom of the Chopra. Oh, friend of the show, Phantom of the Chopra at steak_ham. Says, back when I was a kid, you didn't need Joe Rogan. Your best friend had a 27-year-old brother who was a fucking loser who would smoke pot in a room with black light posters and tell you that the Mayans invented cell phones. I miss that, man. I miss that. He'd be the guy that would turn you on to Led Zeppelin, too. All right, moving on. That was from friend of the show, Jay Sukow, and you should follow Jay Sukow. He's amazing. Here we've got a 4-panel, and again, I wish I had the graphic novel nerds in the room. This is from the cartoon, the graphic novel, The Hogfather by Terry Pratchett, which I've seen bits of, but I didn't really know it. And apparently the Hogfather is a skeleton Santa Claus, which I don't completely understand. But skeleton Santa Claus has given a little girl a sword, and a woman is complaining, you can't give her that, it's not safe. And the Hogfather says, it's a sword. They're not meant to be safe. Somebody else is saying, she's a child. He says, it's educational. What if she cuts herself? That will be an important lesson. Anyway, I think I might read the Hogfather, for Christmas. I love this. Random crap comes up on my on my feed. And here we have North Sentinel Island. People have said, look at this, it's a mysterious place. There's some paths, but there's no buildings. There's paths from the forest land, to the beach, but who lives there? What's going on? And I clicked into the comments to find out what was happening. And it said, most relevant content is selected. Some comments may be filtered out. And there were no relevant comments. And I got to tell you, thank you, Facebook. Perfect. No notes. Don't care. Nobody had anything worthwhile to say. I was like, nice. Thank you. Friend of the show, Chuck, has posted from Johnny's 2 cents, who says, them, we aren't sheep. Also them, I am dressed in a garbage bag because he got in a garbage truck. The metaphor was unclear. Do you know what it was very strange. It was a very strange metaphor, and I didn't understand the follow-through, and the whole thing was terribly confusing. Oh, breaking news in from Steve Kornacki and the Borowitz Report. Trump is enraged after RFK Jr.'s worm endorses Harris. Breaking news, wrapping up round 2, the Irreverant round on Facebook for the Blind. Back to you, Brane, for the penultimate round, round 3 of Facebook for the Blind, election night.
All right, here we have. Oh man, I can't see over this little thing right here. Okay, Dave Gambro again. Maybe I should have followed this guy. Who knows? Might become a fan.
I'm gonna follow Dave Gambrell. He sounds
Yeah,
like
we
a
have
cool
a picture of RoboCop, but he's got a really long blonde beard. It says part beard, part machine, all cop. ZZ Cop. Picture of beard enforcement.
That's so stupid. This is what the internet is for.
All right, here we've got so Aaron is getting in. Let's let Aaron in.
Got him.
All right, and then we've got Mark Parisi offthemark.com. And we've got a cartoon of a bunch of slugs. And one slug, they're all at lunch or something, and one slug's telling the other, "Those open carry folks make me nervous." And you just see 2 slugs walking with frowns with a bunch of salt. They're just carrying salt shakers. Open carry.
Oh shit.
Here we have the lady arguing with the cat again. And this is an old memory that popped up from Best of November from me. And she says, and it is a black cat. It is not the white cat that's at the dinner table. It's a regular black house cat looking very smugly. And he says, "Bitch, don't point or raise your voice at me. I'm not like that white cat. I'll scratch the shit out of you." And honestly, any cat will do that to you. Any cat will do that. And now it's a reverse meme. The white cat eating dinner is on the left side, and he says, "I'm over here now, bitch." And then the crying lady says, "How'd you get on that side of the meme?" I've definitely done this one before, but I love it so much that it came back up in my feed. I had to do it again. It says, "Transformers fans, Here we have a picture of Soundwave, and Rabbit is just chilling in his tape deck, chilling with his arm out. And Soundwave is saying, "In or ravage." And the dog is just chilling. Here we have one of the Constructicons from Ben's World of Transformers. He's doing some kind of yoga pose where his arms are on the ground, his head. He's doing a handstand, but his back legs are still on the floor. And he says, "This is bullshit." That's how yoga usually goes for me. Here we've got a multi-panel. Here we've got Soundwave chilling with his dog in his lap. Here comes the Falcon. The Falcon also wants to chill on the lap. So Soundwave is telling the dog to get down. The dog and the Falcon start fighting. And here comes his son. Son sits on the lap. They both look like, "What the fuck?" And Soundwave and his son is chilling. That's how it goes when you got pets and kids. Apparently. Here we've got a picture of some chick. I don't remember who posted this, but it says kzap.org. So we'll go with them. And she's got like a shirt that says "Bone Slap Rock and Roll" or something like that. And it says, "Farting when you sneeze is a sign of inner balance." I'm with it. Here we've got a cartoon from Scott Hilburn, and it's a bunch of stick figures. It's stick figure land. And one stick figure says, "Have you no decency?" There's a couple, and one tells the other, "Can you believe those two making a baby right here in public?" And then there's another telling her son, "Cover your eyes." And there's a couple stick figure, and they have a giant pencil, and they are drawing a baby stick figure on the floor. Making a baby right in public. And this one's going to do it for me for this round. We're going to let Aaron in again. And it looks like it says "nipple itches." Wow. Thanks for being TMFI with us, buddy. And it's also Grog Comics. A cartoon of a wife, a husband, and we see outside the window there's a son throwing away the trash. The wife says, "Our son just gave me a hard time about putting out the trash. Then he called me a bitch." And then the husband says, "That son of a bitch."
Oh.
In my defense, my wife sent me that one. Passing it off to you, Eric. Even only my post is the most, and I think I forgot to do that, so I got to figure out the fuck it's gonna be.
Oh, good. I'll
Oh
stretch.
no, I did. I did. Did I? Wait a second.
All right, well, first off, I had to figure out who Dave Gambro was, and he's an internet personality with an amazing jawline. Look at this jaw, guys. That's what's happening there. And pretty nice bottom row of teeth there. I don't know. It's pretty okay. I just want to give a shout out to, when I was voting, I went in and I saw my buddy Eric, whose name I can never remember because I can never remember guys named Eric. Anyway, this is his wife, Tina. And I thought this was one of the most remarkable costumes I saw on the whole internet. She's Carrie. Can you see this? She's got a bucket of blood pouring over her prom dress with the sash. And she looks so concerned. And it's awesome. I think these are red streamers, so they probably flow around the dress. I thought it was just stunning and incredible and had to share. I had a lot of leftover Halloween stuff. Here's a picture of... we got Charlie Brown and Linus having a couple sodas. And Linus says, I hope the Great Pumpkin goes to prison. Which I liked quite a bit. Friend of the show, Stephen Abram, making like maybe the third or fourth appearance in the show. And by the way, he said, don't forget to reach out and hug your emotional support Canadian. Because I think Stephen feels sorry for all the Americans, and I think he wants hugs. So he just posted this one that says, we all deserve Oscars for our stunning performances as high-functioning humans in a crumbling society. And I think so. Right? Let's just a little brief applause. Honestly, guys, we're killing it. Since COVID, when we all met, we're killing it. And by the way, too, want to give a pass to everybody here from Feminist News. And if you're not following Feminist News, I mean, you call yourself a feminist, but are you? Anyway, Feminist News had this post. It just says, friendly reminder that from now until Wednesday, we are living in the metaphorical equivalent of an airport lounge. Calories don't count. Money doesn't matter. No one will judge you for having a beer at 10 a.m. So you're all free. But I will say to my fellow librarians, they did not like me sharing this at work. Apparently, Teams is not for this. I thought it was funny. Friend of the show, Trash Can Paul. Keeping it trash, keeping it Paul. First appearance in the show, if I remember correctly. And we have here a big Happy Hanukkah sign. But he's so fried, like the rest of us, says, my mind is so cooked, I thought it said Happy Hanukkah. I don't know if you guys saw this either, but it's Spirit Halloween. I went and they had a whole Hanukkah end cap. Did you see that? There was an entire end cap of Hanukkah related merch at Spirit Halloween this year. That's just true. I hope it's funny. I think it's funny. Friend of the show, Denatra, has posted this conversation with a therapist. The therapist is saying they are not antidepressants. Me, all I'm saying is I've never been less than happy while holding a taco. Therapist, for the last time, I can't get your insurance to cover tacos. Me, hey, don't yell at me. You need a taco. Here, hold the emotional support taco. This next one is from East Coast It Notes. He's the cartoonist that draws all the 3 and 4 panel cartoons on the sticky notes. And here, East Coast It Notes has a 4 panel. Looks like a mafia scene here. We got like a guy in a trench coat holding a gun, wearing a hat, looking very shady with his guy right next to him. And we see a dude having the gun pointed at him who's very, very scared, clenching his teeth. And he says, wait, boss, say something cool before you smoke him. And the gangster says, your whole life was just filler episodes. And the guy's like, that was too much, boss. I like that. That's pretty cutting, really. About halfway through. Well, no, I've got about just a couple more left here. When I was looking for my post with the most, I wanted to share something crazy with you. First off, my literal post with the most was this image of Valencia. All the flooding in Spain, and I don't know if you saw this, but it looks like matchbox cars. Just matchbox cars piled on top of each other down this entire street in Valencia. Absolutely devastating. So that's not funny, right? So that's not a good one. Can't do that. Then there was this one. Got a ton. Is it said, you notice how Chucky, Michael Myers, Freddy, Jason, and Candyman were all from Illinois? I believe this was almost my post with the most because it's wrong. Everybody had to comment on it and give me all kinds of corrections. Freddie and Jason had nothing to do with Illinois. But it was like, well, it was like Springfield and Crystal Lake, and I think we all just assumed because I didn't want to research it, you know what I mean? So, yeah. And a reminder that last week my post with the most was Gen Z humor, saying skibbity, millennial humor, I have depression. And then, of course, boomer humor, I hate my wife. Which totally it was. So closing out, just before everything with my post with the most, we got a post from friend of the show, Kristen Yanakis. We've got a 2-panel here from Seinfeld, and we have George saying, if you have sex in a Cybertruck, is that cyber sex?
No.
And his girlfriend says, you're an idiot. Nobody who drives a Cybertruck is having sex. That wraps up my penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most. Back to you, Brane.
All right. Let's post it, most it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Here we have a giant presidential type of sign, campaign sign that says presidents are temporary and Wu-Tang is forever.
Heck yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Truly a thing of beauty. And my post with the most, and there were a lot this week, there's a lot of traffic, is from the ruler of Seattle at Thought Slime, who said, people who become right-wing because they get annoyed by leftists are weak-willed. Most leftists are annoyed by leftists every single day. And that is so true. And that is my post with the most. Wrapping up an episode of Facebook for the Blind for November 5th, Election Night 2024. We love you all so much. Thank you. Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind.
Follow us on Facebook,
Somebody
Twitter, and
says, love you,
Instagram.
George.